Hello and welcome back. This is episode 26 of our Let's Play series of World of Warcraft on our human paladin, Elyazar. So between episodes, this is officially our transmog now that we've finished the southern Eastern Kingdoms. Again, like I said, not anything special. I just ended up matching everything to the red. We got Keishan's bandana on here as well. Again, yeah, this is just very much sticking with the fact that we had pretty much almost all red from last episode, despite the dumb helmet we got. But yeah, and we're going to wear the Morogh tabard because in between episodes, I realized I actually had gotten to, Revered with Ironforge, so we were able to purchase our second satchel, so that's good. So between some of these other episodes, I'll probably do more dungeons. So we'll just keep the Morogh one as well so we can get that bag. But today we are going to start our journey on the middle part of Eastern Kingdoms. So this is what normally like a dwarf would experience, or a gnome, when they start. So I have to check the gnome area real quick, but we're going to just blaze through the starting area for the dwarf and the gnomes, and then we'll go out into greater Dun Morogh and get started with that as well. So let's get going. Okay, so normally a dwarf would start right here, so we'll go ahead and let's see. You got any good supplies? No, you do not. Okay, you're an Ironstock. Hey, you there. You're a stout-looking paladin. Lend us a hand. Oh, I just want to say before we get started that the dwarves have a little bit of an accent, and I am not going to be able to replicate that accent, and I will most likely have a very difficult time pronouncing these words that they say it as. So just give me a break on that. It looks like today's big earthquake shook a bunch of those barbarous trogs out of the ground, and they sure steamed about something. My men are doing what they can to hold them off, but we could use a hand. Do your part. Head just south of here and help dig the mountaineers out of trouble. We've got to hold the line. Okay, go ahead and do that. These guys should be no problem because they actually don't level up to our level in these starting areas. So just in case you see that is why. Impressive work, laddie. We can hold the perimeter from here on out. Here, take this for your troubles. It might come in handy, as I've got something more important to ask of you. Alright, Elyazar, listen up. I know a thing or two about trogs, and one of those things is that the biggest, strongest trogs get the most respect. The brutes value strength over anything else. You see those great big trogs sitting behind the front lines? They're the closest they have to what you'd call a leader. Go take out a few, and show them what it means to mess with the sons of Ironforge.
Off with you.
Sten Stoutarm. Elyazar, listen. Unlike Jorgen, I have no need for your blade, but I do need someone with a steady hand and a bit of courage. Our mountaineers are trained to protect the village from the odd wolf attack, but not an all-out Trog invasion. Many of our best have succumbed to wounds and exhaustion, and I need your help bandaging them up. Here, take my first aid kit and assist as many as you can. Okay, Sten, we patched up your boys and girls. Aid for the wounded. Many of those that you saved already made it back to camp. The wounds are well dressed. You may have a future in first aid if you're into that sort of thing.
See you soon.
Nice, thanks. That's not a thing now unless you're a tailor.
What's on your mind?
They blame us for destroying their home, you say. Well, that wasn't us. That was the horrible earthquake we had earlier today. Are they that dense that they think that they can't see we nearly lost our camp too? Can't blame a Drog for fighting for his home, though.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Lockdown in Anvilmar. We appreciate your help out here, but there may be a place where they need you even more. Due to the Trog attacks, not to mention that massive earthquake we just had, we're putting all civilians on lockdown inside Anvilmar, just up the hill to the northwest. Go and talk with my wife, Yona, inside Anvilmar. I'm certain she's in need of an able-bodied man such as yourself.
Be good.
Ah, Yona.
Be good.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy in here? Go and bother someone else. I haven't the time. Wait, what's that you say? Yoren sent you to help. What? Well, why didn't you say so?
Off with you.
First things first, we're gonna need some
Watch your
beer.
back.
I don't know how anyone expects to get any work done around here if we don't have any ale. Our beer level here in Anvilmar is dangerously low. Lucky for us, we've stowed some backup kegs for just an occasion. West of Anvilmar, along the valley's northern border, you'll find kegs of Stormhammer Stout and Theramore Pale Ale. Just to the east of here, you'll find a stash of Nomenbro. That's my personal favorite.
Keep your feet on
Okay,
the
so
ground.
they want alcohol. Interesting. Gundle Harkin. He's the armorer. Elyazar, my boy. Are you into archaeology? Well, a little bit. I've done a bit in the Cape of Stranglethorn. We've an exciting opportunity right outside our front door. All the shaking from today's seismic events has knocked a number of artifacts loose from the soil around our encampment. Survey along the valley's northern border, and you should find all sorts of treasures. Study some, bring some back to me, and perhaps we can study them together. Right then, off you go.
Very good.
Okay. Got a nice anvil we can use. Nice. Hey, we got those dwarven artifacts. Yes. Wonderful, look at this one. It must be over 200 years old. No, now on to other matters.
Off with you.
The Trogg village to the southwest suffered similar damage to ours. One would assume, logically, that there would be some Trogg artifacts sticking out of the ground too. Unfortunately, it looks like most of the artifacts have already been scooped up by the Trogg scavengers. Please, go and see if you can find any way to get them back. Believe it or not, knowledge about Troggs may eventually lead to further knowledge about the mighty
Watch your
dwarves.
back.
Oh, interesting. They're like descendants or something?
Great to meet you.
What do you want, Paladin?
Watch your back.
The ale, darling. The ale. Yeah, we got it.
Off
Oh my
with ya.
goodness. Drinks deeply from the Nomen brew. That hits the spot. Now we can get some work done around here.
Keep your feet on the ground.
If we're going to be on lockdown for any extended period of time, we're going to need some food and some blankets to keep the wee ones warm. Would you mind heading outside and gathering up some supplies? You'll find that a few of those small boars actually have some healthy-sized haunches, good for eating. We'll also need some pelts from the young wolves. You'll find animals almost everywhere you go in Coldridge. Okay, we got some more artifacts. Did you manage to pry any artifacts from the Troggs? We sure did. Well, would you look at this? An axe blade, a couple of arrowheads, and what appears to be some sort of rudimentary spoon. This is indeed fascinating. Thanks again for your help, Elyazar. I have much studying to keep myself occupied while Yoren's got us under lockdown.
Off with you.
I'm glad we can keep him occupied.
Welcome.
Okay, Yona. Got all of the other stuff we needed. The people are getting restless. Do you have the supplies yet?
Keep your feet on the
This'll
ground.
do for now. We've a lot of people here to feed, but we've got to make do with what we have. With any luck, King Bronzebeard and Ironforge will send us some help shortly.
Be good.
Seeing as how it's been like this for, since the Cataclysm, I don't know how that's going to be. Whitebeards
Watch
need
your
you.
back.
You've done us a great service here, but I'm afraid I've got to send you off somewhere else. Grellin Whitebeard, a good friend of mine, has put in word that he may need some reinforcements near the troll camps to the southwest. Follow the road westward, you should find him soon enough. Be well, Elyazar. Troggs may be a pain, but trolls are a whole other type of trouble. Oh yes, we've dealt with
Off with ya.
many trolls in our adventure through Stranglethorn, so this ought to be good. Okay, Whitebeard's encampment. Grellin
How
Whitebeard.
are you? Keep your feet on
Welcome,
the ground.
Paladin. Are you ready to get to work?
Be good.
The trolls are acting up. More than usual, I'd say. We've seen them put together war parties before, but this time it's different. What matters most, however, is the continued protection of Anvilmar. I have no intention to let these trolls flank Anvilmar while its attention is turned towards Troggs. Go thin their ranks a bit. They need to know that we've still got defenses.
Travels.
Apprentice
What's on your
Soren.
mind?
I'm notoriously bad at reading troll facial expressions. That being said, these trolls don't look angry to me. They seem to be confused, maybe a little frightened. Something happened that we're not seeing here, Elyazar. I say we do some investigation before we just kill every troll in sight. You may want to talk to old Grellin over there. There are 3 troll camps in the area. One to the southeast, one to the southwest, and one due west. Each camp has a soothsayer. See if you can get close enough to listen to what they're saying.
Safe travels.
Interesting. And Felix
Hi, how are
Windelbolt. Oh, he's got some goods. Nothing we need.
You.
Refugees
Alrighty
Quandary.
then.
I was on my way to join my fellow gnomes at Nomergon, but then it all went so horribly wrong. I left Anvilmar, bags packed, and wading through waist-deep snow. Then we had this ridiculous earthquake, and I got all turned around. I ended up here, and what's worse, the trolls stole my stuff. Elyazar, I've obviously proven myself to be quite incompetent over the last day and a half. Would you mind infiltrating the troll camp southwest of here and returning my stuff to me?
You have a great day now.
Okay, sure. Okay, let's see if we can hear this soothsayer. The spirits be angry with us. I don't know why the spirits be rejecting us so. Don't worry, child. Gricknir gonna help us get through this. Interesting. What we gonna do now, you ask? We wait. Gricknir says he's going to talk to the elemental, get it to fight on our side. Soon enough we take over this valley. Soon enough. Uh-oh, that's not good. Our land be the land of ice and snow. But beneath the earth, child, there'll always be fire. The spirit come from the deep down, talk with Gricknir. Oh, so they're gonna summon a fire elemental to take out these dwarves and probably the rest of the Trogs. That's definitely not good. Okay, Felix, we got all your equipment for you.
My, you're a tall one.
Yes, I am tall, thank you. Once I get my tools, I'm out of here.
Off and away.
Huzzah, you found them. Get ready, women of Morogh. Here comes Felix. Now, which road takes me out of here?
You have a great day now.
Oh boy, maybe no, we probably won't see him, but
See you soon.
hopefully that did the trick. Anvilmar will be safe from trolls for the time being. Now to find out what has the trolls so agitated. Choose between a mace or a axe. I guess we'll take the mace just because it's worth 3 more copper or so.
How are ya?
Interesting. From what you're saying, it sounds like a fire elemental might have snuck in from Searing Gorge. Or the earthquake opened up a crack on to the elemental plane. Either way, this is bad news. You should probably report this information to Grelin.
Watch your back. What's on your mind? Keep your feet on the ground.
Soren did well to send you out on recon. That's some good information you have right there. Trouble is, this just adds more work for us to do. The trolls, confused as they are right now, still would like to kick the dwarves right out of Coldridge. And I'm certainly not going to let some fiery demon turn our snowy valley into a mountain lake. The troll leader, his servants, and the fire creature should all be in the cave to the southeast of here. Take them all out. Hey, you be dead soon. Now we're just continuing our crusade of I don't know. These guys are trolls. I don't like them too much. These are savage trolls. They're not part of the horde as far as I'm aware. So maybe I feel okay taking them out, but I don't know. We'll save all our contemplating on what we did during our life towards a future video or something. Maybe another expansion. After each expansion, maybe we'll recap what we did. All the atrocities we performed. Here's this fire elemental. Let's take him out. Direct. Yeah, I don't know what he said, but oh, we have to take out Gricknir as well. First to fire and now to human. You gonna die. Should we tell him? Should we tell him that that's not gonna happen? I'm glad you've returned safely, Elyazar. While it may not look like it now, you've proven to be a tremendous asset in the protection of Anvilmar. Here, take this as a symbol of my gratitude.
See you soon.
The presence of a fire elemental here in Coldridge is no small matter. The earthquake did more than just upset a bunch of trogs. It changed the world enough to tear a gash into the elemental plane. We should submit a report to Ironforge. You wouldn't be willing to take a trip, would you? Don't worry, I have a feeling you'll do just fine. Talk to Hans Springsprocket by the tunnel on the eastern edge of the valley. He'll point you in the right direction.
Be good.
Oh, looks like we could just take this mountain right here. Straight through. Let's see, can we see? Oh. Oh, it's filled with trogs. Man, it's so windy in here. Interesting. I mean, I know what's about to happen to this mountain, but can you actually like go through it? And it goes somewhere? Maybe you can come in from the other side. Okay, well, let's actually talk to Hans.
Honored, I'm sure.
How you do, Paladin?
Very good.
To Ironforge, well, first you'll need to go through Kuranos, and before that, you'll have to go through this tunnel. Okay, it hasn't happened yet.
Alrighty then.
Did you see that? Okay, well, it didn't happen for us. It's supposed to be... I'd recommend you turn to... Wait, what did he say? Okay, we'll read that. Did you see that? How the whole cave just crumbled in like that? I guess it's good that you got here when you did and not a minute earlier. While this development makes my job of monitoring the cave entrance much easier, I imagine it makes it a lot harder for you to get to Keranos. Hey, wait, I've got an idea. The Nomergon airmen have a flight path not far from here. I'll send up a signal, and they should be over to help. I imagine they'll land back over at Anvilmar.
Well,
yeah. I feel like this is supposed to crumble down, but it hasn't happened? That's weird. Huh. And then he set up a flare. Recommend you return to Anvilmar, Elyazar, and quickly. I'll send the signal to the Nomergon airmen. Look for a fellow by the name of Milo Geertwingle. I suppose I'll see what I can do about this cave-in. But it looks like the cave-in never happened, so I'm not sure what that's about. Interesting. I don't know if you have to be a dwarf to witness that or not. Okay, we're getting out of Coldridge Valley here. Milo Geertwaddle. Reporting for duty. You sent up a distress signal?
Alrighty then.
The weight limit on my gyro is such that I can only have enough room for one human. Looks like you're in luck, Elyazar. The dwarf woman Yona told me that most of your personal belongings have been moved inside Anvilmar. Please gather what you'll need, finish up any fares that remain, and return to me when you've prepared for takeoff. Yeah, so this makes sense if you're actually like a dwarf that you have to go grab your supplies, but looks like we're getting some beer, a cloak, and some boar meat. That could always be useful.
Greetings.
Are you absolutely certain you've taken care of everything? You won't have time to turn back.
Very well then.
Took you long enough. Hold on tight and take a good hard look. Chances are you won't be coming back here for quite some time.
Very good.
Okay. Is this thing on? Hello? Ah, there you are. Hello. I figured that while you're flying to Kuranos, I'd give you some data about what's going on outside of Coldridge Valley. It seems that you Coldridge folks are dreadfully underinformed about the events of the past few days. If you thought you had problems with trolls in Coldridge, wait until you get to Kuranos. That big cataclysm got the trolls all stirred up out there. Out here. And if you look to your left, you'll see that the gnomes have taken Nomergon. Hooray for us! Well, I can't see it. Is it? Nope, that's Ironforge. There's plenty else going on out here too. We've opened up a path to the airport. There's rumors of dark irons in the east. Oh, and I think something weird is going on with that dwarf king, Magni. I want to check it out. Oh yeah. And here we are. Welcome to Kuranos. Watch your step on the way out. Okay. Well, this is the dwarfs. Okay, so I checked Nomergon, and yeah, we can't do any of the gnome quests, so we'll just go ahead and start doing the quests in Dun Morogh, right here. Okay, we need to talk to the innkeeper.
How are you? See you soon.
Welcome, visitor. Have you come to the inn to rest, or do you need a new hearthstone?
Be good.
These look promising. I've heard great things about the Stort and Stout Brewery, but I hadn't had the chance to try their ale until now. While you're here, relax a little. If you need a spare hearthstone or wish to make Kuranos your home, just speak to me, and I'll be happy to help. Oh, we gotta choose a reward. We'll choose the bread.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Okay, I think that's everybody in here. Let's see, we got
Here there.
a rogue trainer, a cooking trainer. I think we're all caught up on cooking that we can be. Got a fellow human, a warlock here. Don't know how I feel about that as a paladin. I mean, I guess as long as he's doing things for the good of Stormwind.
What can I do?
Ragnar Thunderbrew. Nothing my tavern patrons enjoy more than some beer-basted boar ribs. Oh, we get a recipe for doing this. Only problem is, the local trapper who used to bring me supplies enlisted in the king's army to help with the war on the Alliance front. Maybe you can help me out. Yeah, sure, I'm not fighting in a war specifically, but just traveling around, adventuring, helping out where I can. If you bring me some boar ribs and a Rhapsody malt from the tavern here, I'll give you the family recipe for my famous beer-based boar ribs. Not to mention a free sample. The secret's in the malt. Okay, let's go ahead and get the malt real quick, and then we'll talk to some people as well. Okay, Reginald Barley Brew. I'm on a quest to make the perfect stout. I know I can do it. Brewing's in my blood. I just need to find the right recipe. The Frostmane trolls know a plant, shimmerweed, up on Shimmer Ridge to the northwest. They use it in their strange tribal rituals. We haven't found much use for it, but it has a unique taste, and I want to experiment with it in my brews. Obtaining this shimmerweed will be dangerous, but I'll pay well for any way you can borrow from the baskets in the troll village. Okay, go ahead and try that out. I'd like to try some of their brew.
Talk to me. Okay, good.
Okay, Captain Tharin. Looks like we have some battle plans here, maybe? The Cataclysm has thrown the balance of power in Dun Morogh into question, Elyazar. Without warning, a wave of trogs emerged from the caves near Nomergon and overran the Frostmane trolls. The trolls have been migrating east ever since. There's always been a Frostmane presence up on Shimmer Ridge to the northwest, but with the migration, the trolls now surround us. We can't allow the trolls to use this position to their advantage. While my men hold the line in the east, strike against Shimmer Ridge. Okay, kill some trolls, we get a shield. It's definitely going to be weird playing through some of these areas, because we're using Chromie time, so an area that would traditionally be very low level, with especially at this level, enemies shouldn't be any problem, but having them leveled up to our... It's going to be interesting, to say the least. Kind of have to remind myself that we can't just run in and like grab all these guys' attention, because we are kind of being leveled to their level. Hopefully, now that we start this, I'll start doing some more dungeons, and we should be getting some gear. That should be good. I think once we reach level 59, we'll kind of be in a state where we'll constantly be getting better gear. So eventually we should have some of the better gear that we can. Oh jeez, these guys are stunning me like crazy. We should be able to focus our efforts on the rest of the trolls to the east, but there's still the matter of the Wendigos in the Grizzled Den. Forced to watch from afar, the Cataclysm drove the trogs to the surface in hordes, forcing the Frostmane trolls to flee for their lives. Unfortunately, they've decided to settle right at our doorstep and make trouble for us. I deployed Mountaineer Dustin and his squad to the Grizzled Den just southwest of town to keep an eye on the Wendigos that live there, but now I need to recall them to Kronos. Find them and tell them to deploy those remote observation bots and gnomes provided, then return to Kronos. Culling the Wendigos. The Wendigos in the Grizzled Den to the southwest of town have long been a thorn in our side. They've never quite strong enough to threaten Kronos directly, yet they prey on travelers, mountain patrollers, and supply convoys. I'm going to be withdrawing my observers from the Grizzled Den, because I need them on the troll front. Would you help my men finish culling the Wendigo problem? Without strength enough numbers, they won't be able to attack us. Yeah, sounds like a pretty good plan. With the Frostmanes making trouble to our east, the Wendigos have sensed our weakness and grown bolder in their raids. Only one of the 4 most recent supply wagons has made it there safely. The Wendigos made off with the rest, stashing it in the Grizzled Den, a cave southwest of town. If you're willing to go down there and recover the stolen supplies, you would have the gratitude of all the townspeople of the Mountaineers. And the Mountaineers defending
Keep your feet on the
Keranos.
ground.
Yeah, okay. We'll definitely want to help out where we can. Okay, we got some of the shimmerweed you were looking for. You have that shimmerweed? I almost have a batch of stout ready to brew, and I want to try throwing the weed in with this mixture. Yes, I sure do. Great. I can't wait to use these on some of my recipes. There's one in particular I think it'll work great in. Do we get to watch him brew it? Nope. Okay. Ragnar Thunderbrew. I'm going to need those crag boar ribs and a mug of Rhapsody malt, Elyazar. We got both of them for you. The malt is brewed, the boars are dead. And before all is done and anything said, we will have to fight for our first dibs on these savory beer-basted boar ribs. That was quite a poem or a song he had. And we got some beer-basted boar ribs, which just uses crag boar ribs. So that's nice. It's a pretty low-level recipe, so I don't think it would provide us any skill ups. Where is it? Is it this one down here? Yeah, I think it's pretty low. I don't remember what it was. What would it be? The beer-basted boar ribs. It is... Oh, here it is, yeah. Yeah, it's low level, so it won't level us up. But we got to level 57. We'll have to keep an eye out. 59 is where we need to stop. Still got to collect some copper as we go around. Since they introduced all the new appearances you can get for white item gear, I have a bunch in blacksmithing I still need to create and get. So, okay, time to delve into the cave. I don't know if it's just because we're kind of in a lower level area, but I do feel like the paladin is feeling a little bit stronger lately. I mean, there were recent changes that kind of buffed the damage output, so I don't know if that's kind of seeping into it as well. Watch yourself down here, paladin. These Wendigos are savage fighters. Captain Tharin wants you to deploy your remote observation bots and withdraw to Keranos. Tell Captain Tharin that I'll be back in Keranos as soon as I've verified that the bot is working correctly. Okay, sounds good to me. I'll just keep going through the tunnel and try to get everybody else. Well, not a tunnel. Don't think there's any way out of here. Mountaineer Lewin, you gotta get out of here. I've seen enough of this cave for a lifetime. I can't wait to get back to Keranos. Well, I've got great news for you then. Captain Tharin wants you to deploy your remote observation bots and withdraw. I can't wait to get out there and help in the fight against those trolls. Yeah, I'm sure it would not be fun to just be stuck down here. I could definitely see that being a bit boring. Mountaineer Valgrim, you gotta get going. These Wendigos are an annoyance, sure, but the real fight is with those Frostmane refugees. Okay, well, you gotta deploy that bot and get out of here. We've been fighting non-stop since the Cataclysm. It'll be nice to get a rest, if only a brief one. True. I think that's everybody in here, so let's head back. Did you find any of the missing supplies? Yes, I did. Well done, Elyazar. The Mountaineers will be glad to hear that their half rations are at an end. They'll need all their strength to continue fighting the Frostmanes.
See you soon.
Very true. Thank you for your help, Elyazar. Our forces are deployed thinly these days, and 3 Mountaineers could be the difference between defending Keranos and being overrun. Now that you've dealt with the Wendigos, we should be able to focus all our efforts on the Frostmane trolls to the east. Most of the Mountaineers and steam tanks in Dun Morogh are battling along the Frostmane front, which is approaching us from the southeast. We can barely hold the trolls back, let alone advance into their village and take on their leader. They've blocked our path of approach with mysterious totems that choke Mountaineers who come in range, leaving the victims helpless against their enemies. This stone is inscribed with a rune of fire. It should be able to destroy those totems and free our Mountaineers. Okay, I think I get the point of that. Gotta get rid of those totems.
My, you're a tall one.
I should go back to Morogh and continue researching a cure for irradiated gnomes. Wow. But I stayed behind in Keranos because the town is my home, and I wanted to help defend it from the Frostmane attacks. What? Like, where do you... I guess you sleep in the tent? Like, there's an inn here and, like, a blacksmith workshop. I don't know where all these people stay. I guess the inn, maybe? I've been working on maintaining and repairing the steam tanks. For some reason, Frostmane scavengers have taken a liking to the gyromechanic gears and I need to complete the repairs. They're all over the Frostmane front to the southeast of town. Will you help me get those gears back? Sure. I like all these like side conversations going on. I wish I could follow them. Let's see, they're talking about what's the damage. Well, it's not good. The battle has taken the toll on both your steam tanks. My salvage teams will secure what's left of them as soon as it's safe. With an ample supply of gyromechanic gears and a team of engineers, your tanks can make a full recovery, but it's going to be a long journey. Poor troll plow. What? At least the old gal went out doing something she loved. Pull yourself together, Stone. You're a steam tank pilot, for light's sake. Razzle, tell him everything's going to be fine. Yes, everything will be fine. Wonderful, in fact. She'll be better than ever. In fact, I'll go see about those gears right now. There, see, old troll plow will be better in no time. Before you know it, you'll be bragging about old gunning for me. You'll be bragging about gunning me again. Come on, let's get you another ale. Oh. Yeah, they're not happy that their steam tanks have been taken out. I mean, yeah, definitely not good when you're trying to, like, defend the people of your town. I could definitely see that being a problem. Okay, we got the gears that Razzle Sprocket needed. Those pilots can't wait to get back into their steam tanks and take to the field once again. Let's not let them down. These gyrometric gears are perfect. These two tank pilots are well on their way to becoming back in the fight.
You have a great day now.
Okay, cool. Glad I could help out there. Oh, we are leveling up Nobragon as we go, so maybe we'll even get our next bag by the time we're done here. Finally, some good news from the Frostmane front. I'll have the Mountaineers press their attack immediately. Now, we must signal our gnomish allies at Steelgrill to start their advance. With your help, we've managed to push toward Frostmane retreat. Our forces will soon be in position to dwindle down the Frostmane Trolls' reserves, leaving their village open to attack. That's where the Morogh Covert Ops team comes in. Their technicians have figured out a way to deploy operatives behind enemy lines without altering the Frostmanes to their presence, alerting the Frostmanes to our presence. Head to Steelgrill's depot, just northeast of town, and speak with Delbur Cranktoggle. He'll tell you more about it. Okay. No more quests over here, so yeah, we'll go up here. See what's going on. See how we can help.
Sure.
Ah, you must be the human that Captain Tharin said he'd be sending. I've already used the Deployatron to get most of the covert ops teams into position at Frostmane Retreat. They've just waiting on your arrival.
Okay.
The Cataclysm has brought our enemies closer to home, so the Chief of Morogh Covert Operations asked me to build a device to dispatch personnel quickly and quietly to any corner of Dun Morogh. Behold the ultra-safe personnel launcher. Yeah, that's what it looks like. With a jolt of electricity and the benefit of a VLD parachute system. Well, I don't know what VLD stands for. Oh, that's a very late deployment for you laymen. This baby will get you to the front in no time. Just hop aboard and prepare for flight. Slamp Wobblecock will be... Cog, sorry, will be waiting for you in the drop zone. Okay, let's hop on. Oh, my goodness. Oh, hey, at least the parachute deployed. I was about to have to drop Divine Shield on that. Okay, Slamp Wobblecock. Cog. Why do I keep saying that? Oh boy. Don't worry, the feeling of being zapped won't stay with you for more than a few minutes. All in all, it's not a bad way to get where you're going. That parachute system needs some work, though. Very late deployment indeed. Sometimes too late. Oh my gosh. There's bodies on the ground. Or a body. Oh my gosh, I didn't notice that. Oh. Anyway, we have a mission to carry out.
Daylight's burning.
When we're done here, the Frostmanes will fear us more than the Trogs. They'll have no choice but to leave. Okay, eliminate the resistance.
Seen you.
The Frostmane chieftain died in the initial Trog onslaught, but they've been led by a well-respected warrior ever since. Batok the Berserker was one who organized the Frostmane retreat, the construction of the new village, and the strikes against Karanos and the Mountaineers. If we remove Batok, the Frostmane's organization should crumble, leaving the Mountaineers free to pick off the survivors. Batok will be in the village, just east of here. Okay. Take out their leader. Strike from above. Delber's technicians have been up day and night, helping us prepare for this strike. Aside from building and tuning the personal launcher, his men have prepared the Covert Operations Air Wing for a strike on Frostmane retreat. Oh, we have some air support? That's really good. They'll be waiting for a signal to begin their strikes. Take this flare with you and set it off near the cluster of buildings at the northern end of the village and the buildings at the southern end of the village. The flying machines will make a quick strike at each site. Nice. Okay. The view from down here. We need to halt the construction of this Frostmane village. If we let them become too entrenched, it will be more difficult to keep them from settling more permanently. I agree. That's smart thinking. It's time we give those brutes a gnome's eye view of the world. Take this gnomish viewpoint equalizer and use it on the Frostmane builders to bring them down to our level. They won't be able to lift their tools in construction. Will come to a standstill. Oh, okay, so we're going to shrink them. Nice. Here we go. Oh, he's so tiny. What you do to me? Oh, he just runs around. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry, but you know, I did what I had to do. Okay, let's take out their leader right in the center here. Oh, he transformed into, I guess, the Berserker. Makes sense. Okay, we took him out. Let's keep shrinking some people. Let's call in this airstrike over here as well. This is the southern part of the village. See, can we see them coming? Oh, yep, there they go. Nice. Cool. Okay, got everything done here that we needed to do. Okay. Well done, Elyazar. That'll teach them not to mess with us in our home.
Daylight's burning. Pleased to meet you. Right.
Excellent job, Elyazar. With Batok dead, I'll send the signal to Captain Tharin. This should be the end of the Frostmane threat.
Seen you.
Oh, level 58. Gotta keep an eye out. Next level, I'll stop it. Both you and the Air Wing performed admirably. There's no way that the Frostmanes will remain here now. All that remains is to begin mopping up the survivors.
You have a great day now.
Captain Tharin asked me to pass along his thanks for your help and congratulations on a successful mission. He and his men are cleaning up the last of the trolls and tending to the wounded. He also wanted me to ask you to check out reports about troll raids on the Amberstill Ranch to the north. Ask for Sergeant Flinthammer when you arrive. Okay, let's go speak to the handler or the sergeant. Okay, here we are, Sergeant Flinthammer, reporting for duty. So you're the one who's been helping Captain Tharin beat back the Frostmane trolls. I have, yes. I've seen your name in the reports. It's good to finally meet you. You as well. You might be just the paladin we need to help secure the ranch.
Good. How are you?
The reports I'm sending Captain Tharin can't really convey the amount of trouble the Frostmanes have created for us. Your assault on the village has started to relieve some of the pressure The raids are still frequent, but the trolls don't have the numbers they once did. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that we've improved something. Even so, my men are tired and the morale is flagging. Would you help us keep watch for any Frostmane raiders? They could turn up at any time. Frostmane trolls have been raiding the ranch continuously. As it is, there are barely enough of us to keep them from taking everything. Yeah. Oh! They just take the rams and go. It can't herd to take anymore. One of the mountaineers has seen something. Keep your eyes open. I think I just saw all of these guys go into here. We can only sense the undead, but... Oh, they're taken. They're getting away. To arms, mountaineers. Take back those rams. Oh, well, at least they'll turn around and stay with us. That's nice. Oh, yeah, they were about to take a good number of them. Let's go for the left one. If you want your rams back, come get them, cowards. Okay, I'm going to take you out first, then. Nice. That wasn't bad. Look at us. We look pretty stylish. Dang.
Great to meet you.
With your help, we've managed to weaken the raiders considerably. They haven't suffered such losses since the raid began. Now is the time to press our
Keep
advantage.
your feet on the ground.
Complete 30 quests. Oh, this is part of the Traveler's Log. I think we'll show that at some point. I think that has to do with the new trading posts, maybe, that just got introduced.
How are ya?
The rams we raise and train here at Amberstill Ranch have long been the mounts of choice for Dun Morogh's mountaineers. Aye, there are a few here, but not enough to guard my family and all the animals. A few brave Frostmane raiders have taken to stealing our rams under the cover of night, taking them south to the Tundred Hills. Would you be willing to help return them? You'll need to get fairly close to them and give them a sharp whistle to get their attention. Their training will take over from there.
See you soon.
Okay. And I actually think I still have a macro for whistling that I created a long time ago. So, pull that one out.
Great to meet you.
We heard the cries in the middle of the night. Well, then, this morning, sure enough, the herd was missing 2 rams. That dastardly beast known as Vagish? How do I want to say it? Vagish has been preying on our livelihood. With Ironforge's troops already spread thin, there's no one to keep Vagish at bay. Perhaps you are brave enough to seek out the beast and slay him. Bring me one of his fangs, and I will reward you. Vagish lurks just above the ranch here, but be warned, he is deadly.
Watch your back.
Okay,
Great to meet you.
let's see. Do we need to learn any of these?
Watch
Nope.
your back.
Oh, this is really nice and cozy. I like this in here. Lots of weapons all over the place. Okay, let's take out this beast up here. I imagine it's like a snow wolf or a leopard or something, if I remember. Oh, he's out all the way. Oh, no, it's a yeti. Or a wendigo, like they were saying, calling them there. Stun you. Not gonna let you roar. Okay, we got a fang of his, and I think there should be some copper around here. Okay, let's see about getting these rams back. Oh, that works. Okay, we took out the beast up there for you.
How are you?
Vagish still terrorizes the herd. Please help us by killing the wretched beast. Well, here's his fang. Very well done. Varen will be so happy when he hears the good news. To kill Vagish is no easy task. I imagine one day you'll be fighting alongside King Magni's men on the Alliance front.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Yeah, that's good. I hope so too.
What can I do for you?
The rams you rescued have made their way back into the pen. I've got members of the family on the day and night watch now. Those trolls won't take us by surprise again.
Safe travels.
Okay, Sergeant
What's
Flinthammer.
on your mind?
Thank you again for all your help here, Elyazar. I have a cousin who used to work in the mines beneath the Golbolar quarry, but he hasn't been able to work since Trogs flooded into the mines and took control. The quarry and his camp are just to the southeast of the ranch. Would you be willing to check in with the foreman there and see if there's anything that can be done? Yeah, sure. We can go check that out. I think around here should be the last main core story part of Dun Morogh. And then we can move on to the next, which I think is what is this one? Lockmodan. I don't know how long this episode's getting, but I planned to keep this one under an hour, but I wanted to finish all of Dun Morogh in it as well. Okay, Foreman's Stone Brow. Trogs, I swear the gods put them in this land only to torment me. 4 inches deeper into the mines, and then 2 feet back from the Trogs.
Off with you.
Sergeant Flinthammer. I'm not familiar with the name, but aye, there is a Flinthammer among the miners. He's one of the ones lucky enough to make it out of the mine, but most of my men are still trapped down there.
Watch your back.
Those light-blasted Trogs, turning my worksite into a wreck. Look at that. There goes another barrel of powder. Oh, I wish I could go down there and wring every one of their scrawny little necks. I want to kill them all. This can't be good for my health. All this stress and anger. Yeah, you're probably right. What have they left me with? Nothing. I'd kill them myself, but my aim's no good anymore. You go into the quarry and kill some of the filthy buggers. I'll pay you. Just hunt them and hurt them and kill them.
See you soon.
Okay. Guess we'll do that. Trogs, I feel like I'm okay taking out the Trogs. I guess that makes sense.
What can I do for
Senator
you? Off with you.
Mayor Stonehollow, public servant. As a member of the Senate and the Explorers League, I've taken it upon myself to investigate conditions at the quarry. The Trogs have run wild. They've made a mess of the Bolar quarry. As we dug deep into the earth, they poured out, destroying our equipment and trapping many of the miners down below. We have to get them out of there. I've had mages working overtime to enchant these runes of return. If you can get them to the trapped miners, they can return to the surface in
See
safety.
you soon.
Oh, yeah, that's actually a really good idea. Makes sense. We'll go deliver those for those guys so they can get out quick.
Great to meet you.
Mining wasn't the only thing going on in the quarry, you know. I led a team of Explorers League's excavators recovering priceless ancient artifacts. I managed to escape, but my colleagues were much deeper in the mine and didn't survive the initial Trog attack. They took great pride in their work, and they risked their lives to learn more of our history. If you're going into the mines, take this pick with you and see if you can find anything in the digs the prospectors started.
Watch your back.
I did realize, actually, I think we have one more... Oh, actually, this is quite a bit longer, so I think... Actually, we still have quite a few quest chains, so we'll call it here real quick, and we will be back with the adventures of Elyazar and Dun Morogh. We'll finish it off next episode for sure. Okay, Elyazar reporting out. Bye-bye.